Hi everybody. Today I am just doing my makeup like my normal everyday makeup. You can tell this is my bare face, so I got all different colors going on. So my normal everyday makeup is just to kind of even that out, and then do my eyes like normal. So I'm not going to like tell you what I'm doing or anything because I'm not a pro, and it's nothing special. So what I wanted to do though is I wanted to tell you excuse me, about this class that I did the other day, 2 nights ago, which was an owl handling class, which was awesome. And I'm hoping I will likely put clips from the class at the end of this video. So if you don't want to watch me do my makeup, which I totally understand, feel free to just skip ahead and watch the owls. So last year, my friend Mary and I did a falconry class and that was awesome. Basically, it was like a 2-hour session with us and an instructor and like 8 other people. Excuse me. And we learned about falcons and hawks, and then we got to fly and land a hawk on our arm. So we went on a big field, and he taught us how to make it fly to our arm and then fly off our arm and so forth. It was cool. The falcons were just beautiful, majestic, awesome. So this year, when the option came up to take an owl handling class, of course we had to do it. So we did. So anyway, it was only same thing, maybe an hour to 2 hours long, and there were about I would say about eight or 9 people, and it was 18 or over, thank goodness, so there were no kids. And I say thank goodness because, well, I don't really like kids for one, but for two, it was actually quite dangerous. And so I have actually met these owls before. They are at this place called Animal Adventures, which is, they call themselves like an educational zoo, I think. But basically they're all rescued animals, exotic and otherwise, that were rescued from zoos that were going to be put down, or people had them as pets when they shouldn't, and they surrendered them, and the state was going to put them down. So this place takes them, and then they take care of them, but also use them as conservation education tools. So they'll go around to colleges and schools and present the animals to the students to learn about. But you can also just go there and tour the zoo and meet the animals, and it's really cool. So my point is, they have 2 owls, and I have seen them or pet them before, but this was totally different. So the guy goes through and he tells us, all about owls, and he does not skimp on telling us how dangerous they are. And they're very pointy, and if they bite you, they'll strip all the flesh off your bones. Cool. And then he hands us a glove and he's like, okay, now pick it up. And the owls are in these small enclosures. Not particularly small for them, but small for a human to go in there with them. So when you go in there, you are, you know, very close to them. And then to pick them up, there's this sort of technique that you do. They have the jessers, which are the little leather straps attached to their feet that are used for handling. And so those are like dangling down, and their feet are perched on a wooden perch. And you have one leather glove on this hand, and the other hand is bare. So you reach in with the glove hand and put it between your face and their face, so that the owl, you know, will peck at the glove, but not at your face. And you're also sort of blocking him from trying to fly into you. And then, with your ungloved hand, you reach down below the bird and hold on to the jessers, both straps hanging from the feet. And then with the gloved hand, you swiftly, but not quickly, reach around the bird and underneath, and grab the jessers from this hand into the gloved hand. And then the gloved hand goes up behind the bird, and you sort of naturally nudge the bird up so it'll step back onto your hand, onto the glove, and then you come out with the bird on the glove. So you have to get, you know, very dangerously close, face to face with this bird, who is like staring you down like a maniac. I mean, they've got quite a look. So I was pretty nervous, and I think we were all really nervous. And my friend went right before me, and the bird sort of gave her hell. Excuse me. It wasn't like terrible, but enough to make me really nervous because he was flapping around, and he didn't want to like step on her hand. And she did get him out, but it was a little bit scary. And so I had to go after her. And luckily mine was very smooth. I just like grabbed it, scooped him up and got out, and that was it. And you'll see it on the video too. I know it's kind of hard to see because I'm sort of standing in front of it. But oh, it was so cool. So basically each person got to go in, take him out, and then like hold him and, you know, move your arm up and down so that he'll spread his wings so everyone can go ooh ah, and then you know, to get him back in, you kind of partially step back into the enclosure and like roll your hand forward as if you're sort of launching him off, and then he'll hop from your glove to the perch, and then the next person will go. Better, right? The magic of foundation. So, excuse me. So, like I said, there were two owls. There was a male and a female. The male, Obadiah, we did him first, and he was really grumpy. Everybody that went in there, except for me, thank goodness, he was pecking at the glove and sort of trying to avoid them. And he is a manned bird, which means that he has been handled by a human for a long time, and he's fully trained. And he wasn't like aggressive or wild. He was just kind of sassy. So we all did. Everybody in the class picked up Obadiah successfully, with varying degrees of ease. And then the guy introduced the female, who was just giving the death glare to everyone the whole time. And she is an unmanned bird, So she has been, excuse me, handled quite a bit. But she wasn't like raised to be handled. So she's not quite as obedient as Obadiah. So he introduces her and he talks about how she's really dumb and really crazy and not that cooperative. And then he's telling a story about how he had her out at a excuse me, at a function, and she like hit him in the eye with her wing and he couldn't see for 5 hours. And he's talking about how not this bird but another bird had like taken a chunk out of a guy's shoulder and out of a guy's like scalp, and so everyone's like, okay, cool. And then he just says, okay, who would like to pick up, you know, the female? And most of us were like, no, like I didn't come here to die today. So a couple people, literally I think 2 people, were brave enough to pick up the female, and she was pretty good. One guy though had a really hard time with her, and that made me be like, no, I'm good, because I know that if I get really nervous, obviously they're an animal and they can sense that I'm nervous and that I you know, I'll react a little bit slower or more hesitant, and I just don't think that's safe. I don't think that's like a safe mindset to be in when you're dealing with an animal. I think you need to feel like you're in control. And I just didn't. So I didn't. I don't feel like I missed out or anything. I had a good experience with the male. And I feel like if someone had said to me, you know, you need to go in and get that bird, like the building's on fire, you gotta go get her, I would have no issue. I think I could easily follow the procedure and get her and be good. But just for shits and giggles, I did not feel like I needed to pick up that angry bird. So, excuse me. So all in all, it was really awesome. Owls, I wouldn't consider myself like a bird person. I mean, I love all animals, so I love birds. But I've never had pet birds. I've never really wanted to have pet birds. Having a pet bird, kind of like having a pet fish, sort of feels cruel in a way. Because I know that there's a whole argument against owning pets in general and being vegan. You know, you're still using an animal for your own enjoyment, and that is considered cruel. But at this point, obviously, we've had pets for so long. Dogs would not survive in the wild if we just let them out and set them free. At least my dogs wouldn't. And they're also, cats and dogs are intelligent enough, you know, to sort of understand their surroundings. And they have been able to sort of subdue their own natural instincts because of humans. You know, I can't say that's right, but that's what has happened. Whereas a bird, and I'm not saying it to be cruel birds, but they're really not intelligent. And that means that all they have are natural abilities. That's all they can go on, is their natural ability. You know, they are intelligent, emotionally intelligent enough to create a bond with a person. And that's why, you know, people do love pet birds, because they do love you and they want to be near you and they have a bond with you. But day-to-day life, it's like all they know is that they should be flying and hunting. flying and hunting and breeding, and that's it. And so to keep them not able to fly, not able to hunt, not able to breed, it just seems kind of cruel to me. I don't I shouldn't have turned this into this whole sort of rant, because I don't mean that people shouldn't have birds. I mean, if you have a pet bird, good on you, because they're beautiful, and I know people that have them and love them so much, and the birds seem to want for nothing. I just mean personally, I think if I came home to a bird in a cage, I think it would make me a little bit sad. So this guy, though, to contradict that a little bit, the guy from the animal place was talking about how owls don't actually want, like, to fly around. You know, if you put a hawk or an eagle or even a parrot, like, in a cage, you know, they're being stifled. So sorry, I just got a text at the top of the screen. That's why I got a little distracted there. You know, they're meant to be perusing the sky for snacks, you know, flying around, being free and majestic. Whereas owls, they're pretty much perch birds. Like, they stay perched, they see something tasty, they swoop down silently, they get it, they eat it, they go back to their perch, they take a dump. Like, they don't want to be circling, flying, migrating, doing any of those things. They just want to chill. So these particular birds, these two owls, are seemingly, guess we'll never know, perfectly happy to be in these enclosures and not flying around. Because one of the girls in the class was like, "Don't they wish they were flying?" Which was, like, such a sad thing to say at this, like, we all paid money to, like, interact with these birds, and she's, like, bringing it down. But, you know, then he explained, you know, no, they wouldn't rather be flying. And if he let them go, which he has done, they just stay on his hand, or they fly to the closest, like, perch and just sit there until someone comes and scoops them up again. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So what else can I tell you, since I'm almost done with the makeup? But not quite. I know this video is probably going to be really long, because I've got maybe almost 10 minutes of footage from the owls that I can put up after this. I don't know how anyone on YouTube can talk and put on eyeliner at the same time. That's like a skill of all skills. Okay, good enough. So I would love to do more classes like this. I have toured this particular zoo multiple times. The falconry thing was at a totally different place. That was like 2 hours away from this guy that's like a legit falconer. Like, that's what he does. And this one's only like 15 minutes away from my house. So I've been there a few times, I think 3 times, and where I tour, I meet all the animals. I got to hold like a wallaby. So good. So yeah. So they gave me a certificate of completion of the owl handling course. He told me that basically what that gets me is some places like Audubon societies and places will honor it and let you have time with owls if they have them. He also said that in this particular zoo, now that I've taken the course, anytime I'm in there, I have permission basically to go in and take the owl out if I want, whenever I want, which is really cool. I'm not too sure I would really take him up on that, but the next time I tour, I will definitely say, hey, can I take him out of the enclosure? Because I think that's just cool, kind of badass to be like, yeah, I know how to handle an owl. That's crazy. Oh, he also said that these 2 owls may be breeding soon. And if they do, that anyone that took the course will be invited to go meet the baby owls when they're born. Yeah, so I would pay just for that, because baby owls, yes please. I mean, they're so small and fluffy, and they come out like, like penguins, how they start out all like white and fluffy. So cute. So I don't know when that'll be. He seemed to imply that they'd be trying to breed them soon. But considering how feisty that female is, I don't know if it's gonna happen. I have a really good short video of her making this hilarious face, just staring at me the whole time. And I'll put that in there at the end. So, I guess this is the end. So I am done. Sorry for blocking. I am done with my makeup. There it is. And yeah, so stay tuned for the owl footage. It was good to tell you this story. Hey, bye.
See, this here comes down. Yes, go ahead.
Leather to the other. Oh, I see.
Yeah, like that, and you look straight. Okay, come right in. So we're on the handling part, but we can, when the next class starts, if you want to stay for the,
a little bit,
yeah, for the information part. Yeah, you got it. Now lift them straight up. Perfect. Yeah, that went smooth. That was good. And sometimes the owl behaves for you, and sometimes I say animals can make you look good, they can make you look bad. You know? I experienced about equal amounts of both. So. Yeah. That's it. We see. Once we get past, the fear, we do have to tell you, of course, what they can do wrong to you, the harm they can do. But once you get past all that, this one here was born in. I got him right after you. I got him like a week. Probably 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. He might be nervous because if everything goes well, he'll be getting married at the end of next week. So. He's like, she's been nice. Like he does this dance for 2 years before she finally looking at him. That's why we have the separation. You hold him like that. I'll let you guys. So I'm always gonna hang because he's biting tonight.
Okay.
And yeah, he'll bite the glove, won't hurt you. You want to grab the jesses. Yeah. You can do that. That's fine. You want to have. Yep. You let one hold one. So you want to let go of the one.
Oh,
Yeah. You want to give both. Yeah. You want to give both. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, now slide them into your hand for leather, yep. And now just kind of pick up on it. He'll come into your hand from there. Yeah, pick up and make him come into your hand, yeah. And I'll pick up, just pick your hand right up and he'll step up, yep. Okay. He's not good at it, but. There you go. Good job. Now, this gesture here, what we're gonna wanna try to do, see how it wraps around your finger?
Yeah.
Okay, we wanna try, alright, turn your hand. Just for a second, turn it back on there. So what you wanna do, if you're flat-handed, grab these. You're okay. Back up, yeah. That's fine. That's fine. Yep, so if your hand is down, like that, right? You just wanna roll it up and make sure this is not tangled, this is not tangled. See that, if it's down, eventually he'll sit. So just roll it up. You wanna have these right here in the palm of your hand, like that. That way you can hold it like that. Yeah. Good job. So I'll put them in. And you gotta just be calm and confident. Alright, you got
Yeah.
eagles and hawks and falcons are another whole nother thing. You got it. No. So what you want to do is see how your hand is flat. Try to roll your hand up. Yeah, it's alright. Step out. You want to get these to come down in the middle where your palm is. You want to have your thumb facing up. You'll balance better. Now, if you shake up or down. Their eyesight is much stronger than ours. They have to. You'll see sometimes they'll bob and move their head, and that's because their eyes can't move like ours.